Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we're going to be talking about multiverse defenders. Now, the thing is, multiverse tower defense. I've been getting a lot of hate from my video about the new update, and the reason why the update was so bad, we got to figure it out. Now, I didn't think it was like an internal problem. I thought that they just wanted the update to be that small. Then after that, I started to get information. I started to get people hitting me up on the DMs, letting me know that there was something wrong with the game. Now, I'm not going to out this guy. Realistically speaking, I'm only going to put up screenshots just to let you guys know that he was not lying to me. He was telling me the truth. He knows he's going to get exposed if this ends up coming out. But, he told me, you know what? Just let it fly. And if that's the case, then I guess we should. Now, they did talk about finally fixing the raid. So all those little raid boys that were talking smack were just saying, hey, the raid was not bad. You could solo it. But I've seen people carry their friends through the raids. And, even till today, there was mostly like no way you could even get Luffy. It was like still less than three. There was still 3,000 Luffy's on the board. Now it was still hard. Now they fixed raids. I'll throw that up there. Them announcing that they fixed raids and stuff like that. They're talking about doing a code, and that's kind of nice. They also had another issue though. They talked someone outed. Now the guy who talked about balance, he ended up saying, "Hey, we have balance issues and all that stuff." Then all of a sudden those messages were deleted, but that was kind of weird. But that kind of brings up to where we start to talk about what happened in the background and stuff like that. And I want to talk about that because it's such like a random coincidence that these guys talk about balance issues and this dude hits me in the DMs talking about balance issues. And it's just such a crazy thing because he talks about all this stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about what he's talking about here, which is you know them talking about how the developers meant for this update to be way bigger, but something like studio wise, they started to push it. Now let me be honest with you guys. We've dealt with this studio before, and I got to see the people that were connected with this studio, and the people who are connected with the studio were IX Studios. And if you guys don't know who IX Studios are, they're the same people who killed Kengan. They're the same people who killed Soul War. They're the same people who've pretty much killed at this point Anime Switch. And only us, we the people, are keeping this alive. Anime Switch, by the way, for the Anime Switch fans out there. All right? Us Anime Switch people want Anime Switch to continue. Now, the more information we got, the worse. The worse this got. All right, because they wanted to let me know that there was stuff that was happening, and one of the dudes who was talking about this was saying, I'm going to pull up the message here, but he said, "No, I'm mad because they were scrapping almost everything because we didn't have enough time, and complained that the raids were to make them." They complained that to make the raids unique, and now it will be just another Infernal. And they were absolutely right. It was just another stronger version of Infernal. And I do not I'm not tripping or anything like that. This dude left the server. Testers have quit over this issue because what happened in the background was the fact that testers quit the game. They ended up being outed by the new development team that bought the game. And if you don't think that someone bought the game, by the way, go ahead and look at the developer, the lead owner, and take a look at the people that he's friends with and everything like that. You'll start to notice that he's friends with a lot of people from IX Studio and a lot of other people who bought the game and buy games so they can make a profit, kill the games, and move on to the next game. This is just the mode that they gotta go with. And I don't want to be that guy, but I've seen this pattern. We've all seen this pattern before. And this is just the way that things are. Now, with this being the case, right? Now we have to think about this. Well, how is this a coincidence? How is this the move? And with this being the case, how is this going to affect the future of multiverse tower defense? And I think that this really has to do with the fact that they're willing to push out very small updates. And I'll talk about the updates that this guy originally said. I'm just going to throw it up there for you guys. He said that there was originally supposed to be a Kizaru evolution By the way, they announced 4 characters this update. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up there. 4 characters that they announced. They announced 4 characters. We got Kaido, which wasn't even finished by the time the game actually released. And they admitted that after the game got another update today. So they admitted the fact that the Kaido didn't even, like, he got finished today. And then after that, Luffy is the actual limited character. And they didn't realize that's 2 characters right there. Where's the other 2? And then I started talking with this guy, and he started talking about how all this other stuff was, hey, there's freaking, there's multiple characters that were supposed to release, such as Akainu, Kizaru, a Kizaru Evolution, Aokiji, Aokiji Evolution. And these characters were supposed to release to make this update much easier for the actual populace. But what they did was they shortened the update. They made it hard. They didn't have a balancing team at the time. I'll throw that up there, by the way. This guy talks about how they don't have a balancing team and that during the time testers weren't even able to play the game, which is such a ridiculous phenomenon. They should not have actually had that being the case. They should have tested the game. But the fact that they're willing to cut corners and make sure that they barely pay their developers just enough in order to make the at least a bit of the update, then release the update, is the reason why the player base went from 4.5K to 5.5K, then back to 4.5K. Because only the original people who've been with this game for the past couple months actually care about this game compared to the actual Roblox populace. Because if anybody was thinking about any type of limited time units, of course they want to get them easily and they just want to beat the other people to the punch. But if it requires a bunch of grinding and different trait rerolls and different high-end stuff that you actually need in order to defeat the characters at the end of the day, even though they nerfed raids today, by the way, so the people in my comments are absolutely BS. I know that because they're using burner accounts on YouTube. Who uses burner accounts on YouTube? Big names that don't want to be known by the YouTube populace because then it's easier to expose their hypocrisy. Now, with the hypocrisy being the deal, this is just such a ridiculous situation to the point where they don't know what the crap they're talking about because they think they're in the right for playing the game for months before anyone else was able to. Where's Broly? I haven't seen Broly in the banner. I haven't seen anybody else in the banner besides Whitebeard, Law, Shanks, and that's it. I'll even pull it up. I'll pull up an entire clip of me scrolling up the banner and just show you guys that there's not a third or fourth character throughout this entire ridiculous fiasco of an update. There's only Shanks, there's Whitebeard, there's Law, there's Shanks, there's Whitebeard, there's Law, there's Trunks, there's Law, there's Trunks, there's Shanks, there's Whitebeard. It's such a ridiculous fiasco ran by these developers not understanding the fact that people are going to call them out on this BS, and you guys should too. There's such a ridiculous fiasco going on here, and these guys need to get called out for it because this is some ridiculous noise. That's only a pinch of the stuff that that we have information wise over the whole situation. There's so much worse information that I don't even want to bring out because of the fact that there's such this could ruin people. This could honestly ruin people, the amount of insider information I was able to get with proof. And I don't want to do that. I'm not that kind of guy. But if people are going to come at me saying that this update was an amazing, beautiful update, you guys are a bunch of fat liars. And I hope you guys stub your toe on the next freaking toothpick that comes by your feet. All right? Because this is a stupid update. This is a ridiculous game. There's such a fiasco going on, and there's definitely no way that this game is going to come back unless they release some actual content next week, and then we'll see what happens. But unless they can release 5 characters next week, then we'll see this game die and slowly fall apart just like every other game that we've seen on this freaking channel. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below because we got what's that one game called, actually, I've been looking into recently. I haven't really seen it too much. It's called Anime Royale. That game's sick. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.